What is going on, everybody? Brett here, and we are back playing some more Battle Brothers on the Beast and Exploration DLC. I am knee-deep in the Ratchet Geist fight, and I have a few brothers who are very hurt. This is maybe my 10th attempt since the last time I did so on camera, and I've tried lots of different strategies I would love to go over in depth with you, but at the moment, basically to give you guys the quick rundown, I went with a much wider front line. I took out 2 of our archers, added in 2 of our spearmen, Bernfried and Isaac, I think are our 2 strongest, and my ultimate, success, I should say, at the moment, came entirely from the fact that I was able to get Sir Steinhardt here in perfect health, go up and around, and then come in from behind the Ratchet Geist, preventing him from jumping into the front line. Now this entire fight, he's gotten 1 lightning off on a dang dog who, for whatever reason, jumped past like 3 good targets and went straight to him, which allowed him to get, make that kind of connection. So how I've been able to stop him from hitting me is because Sir Steinhardt has the fastest initiative of anyone I've ever seen in the game. It's kind of ridiculous. He always goes first, so I'm always able to apply the overwhelm to him. So I brought you guys in because I felt like that might be the turn that I killed him and flipped him into a Geist. These 2 were dead just a second ago, and I'm sure we'll be able to kill them once again here. Yeah, pretty easily, I think. I did not want to surround this guy because I didn't want to give him targets, but I think what we're going to do is now, because I am pretty dang sure we're going to have initiative here, I want to surround him. I want to surround him, and I want to make sure that as soon as he comes to life, we will have brothers here to take him down. I want to do it at the very beginning of my next turn, however. So let's go ahead and rally, see if we can affect anybody, and we did not. And I think here we want to start maybe moving up, trying to group our brothers next to each other once again. I think this is a fine place to be. Can we get there? We certainly can. Wow. So we can have him completely surrounded. That might just be the ticket. We'll see. So as we know from the previous attempts, as soon as we kill his physical form, his armored form, Geist will show up. I think it's 10 of them, which is quite a few. We have a nice little leadership bastion here between Aracel and Ragnar. We have double resolve, or rally, I should say. It's double rally is the name of the move. Rally the troops, and we should be able to bring anybody back. So here, this should be like a guaranteed kill. Boom. So out come the Geist. There are no fallen anythings who've been giving me a ton of trouble, and now we should be able to hit him. And because we got the kill, we get the reset on Berserk, and we apply 1 stack of Overwhelm, 2 stacks of Overwhelm. We didn't hit the second attempt, but I'm pretty confident we'll be able to do so pretty soon here. So we have 41s. Let's take that. So this may be the best attempt I've had so far. And we absolutely have to prioritize killing the Geist over everything else. Another stack of Overwhelm. Pretty cool. And we'll move him here just to try and buff when hopefully Bernfried can come in here and take a jab with his spear, and we nail it. Oh my god, is this the attempt? Is this the attempt? Okay, that hurt a little bit, but we're still fine. Wolfgang does not have quick hands, so he's not able to immediately follow up. If we kill him here, we have a great chance of winning this fight. We did, so no more bullcrap lightning on our brothers. Let's look to just start taking out these damn Geists. Let's do it, guys. Oh, so close. Okay. Step in, 75%, and we nail it. So we have not lost a brother. The brothers in the worst shape are definitely Isaac, and Lance took a beating, but his HP pool is still pretty high. The fact that Sir Steinhardt was able to lock down the Geist for almost the entire fight, well, basically the entire fight, until he moved into that position, and keep him there was just huge. Let's get ourselves in an even better position here to engage. at the beginning of the next turn. So a couple brothers here out of position, but maybe they'll go up and try and engage those. Let's let them come to us, and then we'll jump out with Sir Steinhardt. So I noticed a few attempts back some of the things that were working against us for this run. In doing some of my ambitions, I remembered I had accidentally, off camera, taken an ambition that I didn't mean to, and then I turned around and instantly canceled it. And what canceling ambitions does is it really wrecks your morale. And I didn't realize how bad my morale was going into this fight until I actually, went into the fight. Some of our brothers have, unhappy yellow faces, if you know what that means, which is pretty bad. Can't believe we're doing it, guys. I think this is it. This is the run. So that was really negatively affecting our ability to withstand the resolve hits that they were giving to us. Also, a few of our brothers were hungover, which I was like, man, how did I not realize this? So that also gives you quite a few pretty negative debuffs. I would recommend not being hungover and having very high resolve when you go into this fight. Now, we're not out of it yet. We could still potentially lose a brother. We're going to tie this thing down. The only person at risk is Isaac. Can't believe it. We're almost done. Oh my god, and I feel kind of bad. I left you guys out of the first bit of fighting, but really it was a pure tank and spank type of fight. It was, we got in there, we made a very wide front line. We used our archers to focus them down. You see here all the arrows in these dudes. We really focused our DPS heavily away from the ratchet Geist. We just let Sir Steinhardt use his nimble, and he didn't quite have Lone Wolf, which probably would have made it even more overpowered. He was one space away. That was actually a mistake. So I engaged him. I think I was here or here. It's hard to remember at this time. But I think had I jumped down one space further away, I would have had Lone Wolf for a number of turns, further increasing my power. So I think going wide was definitely the answer. I made pretty good use of dogs. You see, I used them to block out pretty key locations. Spear wall in some of my attempts worked amazingly. It kept brothers their frontal areas clear for quite some time, and then in some other runs they just instantly jumped in and wrecked me. So the spears were never really meant to do damage, but once you bypass the armor, the dog's going to take the final kill, because that would be a little ridiculous. But anyway, so I also had a pretty interesting run that I wish I had got on camera. I actually was recording it, but it went so horribly wrong, and it was like, maybe my 7th attempt off camera, where I made awesome use of nets, holy water, what else did I use? Of course, dogs and the spear wall. Everything kind of came together in like a perfect symphony, and it worked, but then I kind of got overwhelmed, and my brother started to die. So this may be the last strike in this fight. And we did it! Oh my god, I've spent so much time trying to do this. Once again, I'm sad I missed the first part of the battle for you guys. I would have loved to get you the whole experience, but I've basically been like ruining my voice, and my excitement level has been slowly decreasing as I record all these, failed attempts. So even right now, I feel it kind of in the back of my throat. Oh my god, the reproach of the old gods. The crepuscular sword bends purples and oranges until it seemingly carries twilight itself in its fuller. Held to the touch, one cannot tell if they are being burned or chilled, magic or well-crafted. Whatever the weapon is, it vibrates as though it were fighting off power immense, and you need only swing it to find the steel's true charge. Very well written. So inflicts an additional 10 to 30 damage that ignores armor to up to 3 targets. God, that's a powerful weapon. Let's loot all. An achievement unlocked, Reproach of the Old Gods. We did it, guys. Oh my god, let me save the game. Holy crap. We game saving now, guys. Okay. Oh, God. Alright. Alright, let's resume, check things out. So this weapon 1000% goes into the hands of Sir Steinhardt. He is going to be an absolute ancient dead murdering machine once we get to the Black Monolith, which is where I'm envisioning him using that weapon. The Ancient Dead have a decent amount of armor, especially on the honor guard, but what they don't have is high HP pools. So if we can get in on them, God, we need him in this group. So let's pull our 2 spearmen out. We can rearrange while we talk, but they don't have good HP pools. So getting lightning damage to bypass them while he just kind of jumps around doing ridiculous damage, it's going to be strong. It's going to be very, very strong. We can put in 2 more brothers, probably archers. Let's get in Edgel. And let's get in Ramen. Yeah. Do something like this. This isn't a problem. Just for right now, until I sort it all out completely. Raymond, finally level 19. That's huge. Let's get his resolve up a bit more. And his fatigue as well. Oh, man. I can't even tell you guys how excited I am. How many tries that took. We did lose a dog. So Chris lost a dog. Let's go ahead and give that to him. There we go. Did we lose any other dogs? I don't think so. I think we're good. Willem needs something. We can give him this dog here. Oh, wow. So we did it. So guys, forgive me if I end up repeating stuff because I've been recording, you know, in these 10, 15, 20 minute like intervals, trying to get you guys like the best experience for that battle. And I honestly wasn't expecting to win this one. Otherwise, I would have started recording earlier. It really looked bad at the beginning when certain brothers got surrounded, and I thought they were just going to start dying. Namely, who was it in the beginning? Yeah, namely Isaac. He was our corner piece, and he started to crumble pretty hard. And I was very sure that he was going to die, and that we weren't going to be able to recover from the fight. So I just didn't bother recording, and now I'm kicking myself because I really would have loved to get you guys the full experience. I wish we had enough gold because we would certainly buy this. 22k, we're nowhere near that. But what we can do is come in here and sell off a lot of the junk we picked up. Some of it very good junk, but junk nonetheless. I'm trying to think, like, what do I even do for the rest of the episode? Like, I can't even believe it. We definitely, oh my god, of course now I get the option to pick up a fencing sword after I already get this ridiculous weapon. So, oh man. Aracel would also be a good person to hold it. His melee skill is nowhere near as high as Sir Steinhardt's. And Sir Steinhardt's ability to, you know, be a lone wolf out on his own, taking out multiple targets with nimble, tanking, you know, it's going to be very big for us in the Black Monolith fight. Arazel also could be great. I mean, he stands in the center of our formation, which means a lot of enemies are going to be coming straight to him, which would allow him to, you know, pass that lightning through them very well. So the only way I think I would not value a fencing sword, or the only way I would not value, let me rephrase that. The only way I would take this from Sir Steinhardt is if there was some sort of legendary fencing sword out there that we could give to him in replacement. Then I think we would switch here, and then I think Scaredy would get, you know, the Baltazar's the Toothless Blade, the most ridiculously named weapon in the game. I'm tempted just to buy the rapier just to have it, but I can guarantee you if our legendary sword breaks, I am going to restart the game. So I'm not going to let myself lose that weapon in any way. So actually, let's check out the stats. That's what I should have done first. Let's do that, guys. Let's put them all on the table. And we actually have a kind of a unique position here. We can check them out side by side. The Noble Sword being the base tier 3 sword, one-handed sword that we can look at. And then next to it here, we have the Toothless Blade, which has way more durability. Has a 5% chance to hit head, and that's pretty much it. So if we compare the Reproach of the old gods to that, it has a little bit less durability. That's fine. I think 97 is a bit excessive anyway. 90 is really good. 50 to 55 damage, so another 10 damage overall, which is a huge upgrade. I mean, it's basically a tier 4 in terms of just pure, numerical stats. Same damage, ignores armor 20%, but another 5% effective against armor. The same -8 fatigue, but now it has that lightning effect. So it's significantly better than this sword, which is also much better than the Noble Sword. So no-brainer for us. Okay. Whew, we need to buy some supplies. Grab some of that, some of that. We're up to 7 days. We don't have any beer, I don't think. Buy that. Get some fish. Up to 8 days. And let's grab some bread. Maybe we can get up to 9. Not quite. Oh man, let's see what this quest is for us. Marauding greenskins around Friedelwald. So we kind of want to relocate anyway. And Friedelwald's a great place, but I'm guessing we're going to have to come all the way back to Schlamberg. That kind of sucks. Yeah, this is not exactly where we want to be questing. And don't think I've forgotten that we have an opening in our roster. The last few times I've checked Schlamberg, the best recruits they've had have been retired soldiers. Ooh, there was some sort of fight going on there. The best recruits they had there were retired soldiers and disowned nobles. And we're at the point in the game now where we don't have to take crummy recruits. We can take the best of the best if we would like. Heavy Lamlar armor. Yeah, not what we're looking for. We're not exactly flush with cash. I may end up doing some stuff off camera just to get our crowns back up. I like getting our spirits up as well. We went into that fight. I think Steinhardt had yellow. He was dissatisfied, I think that was what the yellow is. And a lot of our brothers had white. So we didn't have any bonuses whatsoever. I know I already clicked on that. We didn't have any bonuses whatsoever to our resolve in that fight, which made it pretty dang difficult. And here we go. Here's an adventurous noble. Another beast slayer who's several levels higher than a base character. And adventurous nobles are just, you can't go wrong with them. A bastard, Randolph the Mistake. That's sad. Now this place has the goodness. So here's a raider. If we wanted to try, I think raiders make... Sellswords make good everything. Adventurous nobles make great melee characters and can be decent, like, switch-ups. Raiders, I think, can be great crossbowmen, usually. In addition to being great melee, so they're very good at both as well. There's a lot of crowns for us. And I'm tempted to get ourselves another Beast Slayer just to have the different background. Which is something that I really value, having all the different effects during the events that take place. We've had a lot of fun with those. So let's read Rupert's history here. A long list of defeated beasts and the pelts to prove it misleads one as to Rupert's background. It said he was a village's miller until Alps haunted the town hall. Never much of a sleeper himself, he spent nights learning about the monsters until he bettered them. While not fond of company, the Beast Slayer wants to kill as many creatures as he can, and he'll need the help of some fine brothers to do just that. I've used the tryout mechanic before. Let's see what we see. Traditional. Or irrational, of course. Guys, my eyes. I've been staring at this computer screen for like 2 hours, recording other videos, and then I started with this, recorded some other videos to take a break, and then I came back to this, failed a few times, and then ultimately got you guys the winning run. So Irrational, it is what it is. It's a 50-50. It's a pure gamble. It's pretty expensive to try out this guy. I think we're just going to take Sir Willem. Yeah, let's hire him. He's expensive. He's going to cut into our crowns. But an Adventurous Noble is one of the best backgrounds you can get. He comes pre-leveled. And let's see what he has. So Dexterous, that's good. It's better to... I'd rather have this than a negative. And he has 3 stars in melee. One in health and 1 in range defense. So not the best star placement. I'll take a 3-star in melee though. We can take that all day long. We can end up making him a 2-hander perhaps. I was hoping to get some melee plus maybe fatigue and build out a brother with orc weapons. Still not impossible. But let's see what we're going to do perk-wise. We definitely want to start with students, so that's just taken care of. That's fine. And only a 3 roll on melee skill. We'll take this 4 roll on fatigue, guaranteed. We need to take a 4 roll in resolve, I think. That's just a nice pickup. And I guess we'll just take... He's going to get so much better melee rolls. It's kind of sad to take this, but that's fine. I mean, as far as rolls go, those are pretty huge. And we just need to find him some gear, which is no big deal. He's not going to be fighting for a minute. If we end up in an easy fight, I think we want to put in Willem the Pimp. Try and continue getting him levels. Switch out some people. But I know what you guys want to see. We want to see Reproach of the Old Gods do some work. And of course we're going to give him, you know, every advantage we can. Let's give him a bandage right here. And I've been pretty much like selling excess loot. I haven't really been holding on to anything. But it's no worries because we're going to pick stuff up. Let's get over here to Friedewald and see what we can see. No doubt we're hemorrhaging tools right now. We certainly are. Medical supplies as well. We used heavily after that fight. Lots of hurt brothers. So we're just going to camp. Okay. Greenskins are close by. We can tell from their ridiculous amounts of destruction. See greenskin footprints. Alright, what do we got? Some orc young, some orc warriors. Okay. Steinhardt's going to stay in this fight. Who do we take out? I love Ivar in these battles. I mean, our front line is really good at dealing with orcs. I hate to take out Hondo right when he's so close to leveling. But if we want to make a dagger bro a thing, we need to start leveling him. And we can always put him in as well. What do we take out? You know, maybe we take out Raymond just for... that feels so bad. He's such a huge integral part of our DPS. Let's take out Edgel. And we can use Willem here on the flank. Do something like that. Okay, seems good. Let's get into the fight. Open ground. Not too scared of orcs in open ground. Lots of warriors. Look at that. Lightbringer. A swift slashing attack which, on a hit, will summon lightning that sparks from opponent to opponent. Has a 10% chance to hit increase. Oh my god, that's huge. What a ridiculous weapon. I can't wait to hit some orcs with it. It is going to tear through the Ancient Dead. I can't even tell you guys. It's not going to guarantee us a run through there by any means, but it's going to be effective. I just can't wait. I don't know the HP pools of like Honor Guard off the top of my head, but it's pretty low. Just being able to bypass their armor like that is going to be unbelievable. Let's get up on this high ground, claim our lone wolf status. Probably should have given him back his greatsword just for fighting orc warriors. That war brand is not like meant to fight the heavily armored orc warriors. Once they get a little closer, we'll jump in from a safe angle with Sir Steinhardt and start getting those hits in. Because they're going to engage on our front line, you know, pretty much guaranteed. No reason for us to rush in and expose ourselves to unnecessary damage. This is just an easy, like, recovery fight for us. Make a little crowns, get a little reputation. Our new ambition is to get up to invincible status. So we do need to just, you know, kind of hammer out some quests and some contracts. We need to expect them just to go ahead and jump in on us. And try and, like, bully us over. As the orcs do. But most of the time, if you could just take out the young, they can't surround you anymore. The thing about the young is, they do just about as much damage as an orc warrior. Not much less, especially when they're dual wielding a one-handed weapon. So focusing them down, you're taking out DPS, very vulnerable DPS, and you're reducing the odds that they can surround you. So let's get in there. Oh my god, that was awesome. Let's see if we can pierce here. Wow, and he routs him. Awesome. I'm not going to use a dog. I don't want to lose a dog in this type of fight. Now we can move in here. And they just completely ignore Lance. Alright, let's see what's good. I think if we target this guy, they'll all get hit. Yeah, and they do. So that's a good little, like, learning moment there for us. Even though he's running and he's definitely not the best target to hit, we get more value by targeting the guy that we actually don't want to target. Okay, we got one orc warrior. Gonna get slammed on the head. And they're almost all gone. Good misses there. Can't believe it. 2 good punctures was enough to send that guy running, which kind of is giving us a bit of a chain route effect. That was pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie though, as cool as this is, I do miss like zooming around the battlefield with lunge. That may be one of my favorite abilities in this game. Huh, it's like my mouse is kind of acting up. There we go. Get a little bit better of a surround here. Maybe we can trigger some morale issues on that guy. Okay. It's a pretty neat little surround. He's going to get a chance to do something. That's perfect. We don't mind if he does that at all. That doesn't do any damage to us. It just kind of messes up our little surround we had going on. And he's going to die this turn. Few little attacks. We can pull out our bill hook, which should be pretty effective against him. And it sure is. And Hondo's just going to finish him. So good. Easy fight for us. 20 tools. Probably the best bit of loot we got from there. They want us to go all the way back to Schlamberg, though. That's miserable. I didn't notice, but yeah, Willem leveled. I thought he was pretty close. Okay, what have we been leveling on him that's very important? So, we want to make him a dagger bro. Backstabber is pretty important. Executioner is important. Overwhelm is very important as well. Berserk is important. He has a lot of things that he needs. Duelist also. Nimble as well. He currently can't make use of Nimble. But he does have dodge, so we for sure want to give him initiative. Raise his melee skill, which is very low. Perhaps his fatigue. He's going to need a lot of fatigue to attack 3 times a turn. So now, let's see, I got to kind of plan this out a bit. So we have, I think we have 5 left. 5 perks left to choose from. 2, 3, 4. We certainly want Nimble, and I think we certainly want Berserk. Or Overwhelm. Yeah, we need Overwhelm. I'm going to take that. His initiative is going to be through the roof once he takes off this very heavy armor. And Overwhelm is going to be a way that he's going to be able to duel heavy armored characters. So that's a good safe choice. I need to, you know, in my free time, consider exactly how I want to build him as kind of the best dagger bro that he can be. And we're here during the day, we may as well do something. We can make a fermented unhold heart for food purposes. Anything else? Some heavy war dog armor, which I like, but in this late stage of the game, it seems to be pretty ineffective at saving the dogs from the more powerful enemies. See if we can just get some tools here, even if they're a bit expensive. Okay. Actually, they're having hunting season. So the meat, which is normally very expensive, is now very cheap. So we'll buy some. Okay, let's get going all the way back to Schlamberg. Pretty boring, uninteresting mission here. But we need to get to Invincible Renowned. And we are currently at 7,135, which is a high number, but it's going to be a while before we get to that next step. Did we leave any tools in here? We certainly did. And we're low on funds, but we're going to get paid. Make about $2 grand when we get back here. Why he was going there, I don't know. Whoa, what was that? I think we have to take this fight just because we're near broke, even though it's at night. And I'm not complaining, because it's another chance to watch dudes get absolutely wrecked by Sir Steinhardt. And at night, their crossbows should not be able to hit us. We have a hard time as well, but we just need him to get in and amongst them, and he's going to start tearing them down. It's just free crowns walking around. I mean, for us, 40% shots aren't that bad. We missed most of them, but they're not that bad. Good hit. And Hondo's strong enough to just straight up take a fight in the low ground. Wait there. Very good. Yeah, we don't want to put him in that. There's like a little spot behind this boulder, which he could neatly fit in, but we don't want to put him in there. That's a pretty scary spot. But Aerosol could go in there pretty easily. And they'll either take shots at us or they'll turn and run. Either way, it's fine. I wanted to hit them with a lightning sword, but... You know. Stuns Hondo. Really dislike fighting at night and on the sides of hills. It's a pretty annoying combo. Because not only can my brothers not see what's going on, I barely can as well. And I know you guys must be a little bit aggravated by this also. Once they start dying, they'll start going down quick. God, I can't see anything. I guess it's just too much to ask to hit people with your lightning sword. But this is basically my plan, guys. If you want to know what my overarching, series of goals here is now, is to basically quest while simultaneously making my way towards the Black Monolith. That is, I think, the last... Oh, it's not the last. We still have the Witch's Hut. Oh my god. I forgot about the Witch's Hut. I gotta be honest with you. For those of you who remember, I tried to do the Witch's Hut. And I didn't try, 15 times like I did with the Geist fight. Or, I would say I've tried maybe about 10 times with the Kraken fight. Not even 10 times. I didn't try that many times with the Kraken fight, and I was able to get it. But I foresee the RNG on the Witch's Hut fight being absolutely awful, and I'm much more looking forward to the straightforward challenge that is the Black Monolith fight. Just overwhelming odds, huge numbers, magic going off left and right from the priests, and then seeing the strategies behind trying to figure that stuff out. Speaking of strategies, I think I said I would go a little more in detail about what I ended up doing for one of the more strategically interesting runs I made in the Ratchet fight. And I mentioned that I used nets and holy water and all this type of stuff. One of the things I learned from that fight was basically don't ever use holy water on fallen hero type units. Especially the betrayers. I don't know how much HP those things have, but the holy water didn't do anything. It took way too long to do that damage, and then they just come, they just resurrect, like right after. So it really didn't feel worth it. Now what it is good at doing is one-shotting the Geists. So what I was able to do was to kill the Ratchet Geist, summon all the rest of the Geists, and then throw a single thing of holy water, time it well, and then the splash damage ended up killing multiple Geists in one hit because they have almost no HP. So all you have to do is touch them with the holy water and they die. And it's a guaranteed hit on the target that you throw it at. But it's also... Wow, I love that. But it is also... has the potential to do splash damage is what I'm trying to say. And that splash damage on a clumped up group of Geists can net you a ton of value. So I still have all of my holy water because I didn't use any in that last fight. And I think it's still going to be great in the Black Monolith. fight, because it's going to bypass their armor, and once again, they have low HP pools. If we can get it on the right target, Honor Guard, Legionnaires, stuff like that, make it splash. They like to group up pretty tightly, so throw it in the middle of, you know, their ranks and see if you can hit a bunch of them and just completely start melting them. We're so broke. We are so broke. So before I just kind of willy-nilly sell all my equipment, did I pick up anything that I could just throw onto the new guy? And I kind of did. I want to give him something. So I think we give him back the mace. We give him the shield. Organize that. You can let him wear the helmet and give him a dagger. So that's not too bad. We could use maybe one more dog or one more, you know, necklace. But just as like starting gear, this isn't terrible. We can even throw one of these wolf pelts on here to give it a bit of an increase in defense. We may end up just throwing him in some like heavy lamellar armor or something like that, but just to make him tanky in the fights as opposed to, you know, being able to attack multiple times. It's more important that he survives than that he does damage in those types of fights. We have plenty of guys that can do damage, but we also have more augmentations than we need for our armor. So there's no real reason to hold on to stuff like that. Alright, there are no further quests here. I actually think, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to call it for today's episode. I don't think anything compares to the rush of finally taking down an in-game level fight like that. We still have 2 left. So we have the Witch's Hut, which we have found. It's here. And we also have the Black Monolith, which we found is way over here. And yeah, I mean, if we're able to do both of those fights, maybe a few more ambitions, I don't know really what else there is to do at this point. We could take down more orc warlords and stuff. They're kind of over there. Unholds. You know what, this could actually be fun. We could end today's episode with a big unhold fight. I don't know how many of them there are. 5. That's pretty simple. That's pretty easy. Let's actually move some dudes around. Do we want to bring in our new boy, Sir Willem? We already have a Willem. So guys, if you're a subscriber and you haven't named a character yet, here's your chance. Sir Willem. Let's get him a different name. Something that appropriate, please. You know, it's got to be appropriate. But if you're a subscriber, you don't have a named character, hit me up. You can have Sir Willem, and we'll try and level him up to be something different. And there's still time. We're not done with this playthrough quite yet. I can see this being like a 100 episode if we try and go for more of the ambitions and things. But yeah, so do I want to take him into this fight though? I don't think that I do. I think that like those 9 brigands would have been a great fight for him. But yeah, we definitely didn't want to fight them at night as well. So let's see if we can show them the lightning here. These are the base level unholds, not the frost ones. They don't have armor. They don't ignore zones of control. The key I've always found with them is just to target them. Focus fire down. Take the one who's the easiest to hit right at the beginning and just absolutely crush it. With war bows, that's of course much easier. There was a time when we didn't have, you know, OP war bows and, you know, legendary crossbows and stuff. But now that we do a heck of a lot of damage, and we need to take advantage of it. We're a bit blocked there, so we'll pick a secondary unhold to mess with. And the thing to know about unholds is that they regen. So, pretty simple. They throw your brothers around, they try and mix it up, but if you're able to tie them down and focus them, they're really not that scary. Especially in small numbers like this. I think at this point in the game, with like an A squad, like my best dudes on it, in order for me to be worried, there'd probably have to be about 12 of them. Because they're just so hard to corral at that point. Really? About to get fired for that one, Robin. So he's going to regen. As long as he doesn't do anything ridiculous to Hondo, he should be able to jump in there and make this kill. Nah, he regen just enough to save himself. But a good shot. We'll take him down. So now the two we focus are this one and this one. We didn't want to block Ivar, we wanted to make sure he got in on this as well. So what do we get? We got some more bones for the bone plating crafting. And we'll tie him down, we'll make him attack us. That took a lot of our armor, but our strength on Sir Steinhardt is in his HP, not in his nimble brother. So it's really not that scary. Poor Hondo keeps getting bunked on the head. He's going to have seizures, no doubt. I grew up playing football. Looking back on it as a kid, the number of times like either I myself could have gotten injured or someone else. Stuff was crazy. Because you think it's just like little kids hitting each other, and it doesn't feel that way when you're small. Like you're banging your heads together like freaking, what are those dinosaurs? Pachycephalosauruses? Yeah. Who knows? Who knows how many of us end up with like lifelong stuff from that? I hope not many. So one of them wants to run. We'll just finish him off. And I mean, we're just getting free crafting materials from this. This is an easy quest. It's right next to the city. This is the type of contracts you can't really turn down because they're so simple, and they're giving you things you want anyway. Would much rather have gotten more giant skull and bones, but the leather, the unhold hide is good, and the hearts are borderline kind of useless. Alright. So easy 2,000 crowns. We can pick up another contract. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, this is one of the ones where they want us to hunt down very dangerous creatures, like the Unhold, like Alps, like Hexen. These fights generally aren't worth it. 200 a head? Wow. Could end up making 4 grand from this. We'll tell them we need some time to think about it. I don't know why my mouse is acting up so heavily. Yeah, we'll think about it. But that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. I hope you enjoyed the kind of latter half of a successful Ratchet Geist fight. Look forward to the Witch's Hut in the future, and more immediately, probably the Black Monolith. It's the one I'm the most excited to do. Because the Witch's Hut is going to be a heck of a lot of rerolls, probably. And, God, that's so hard. It's so hard to bring that same level of energy to every single attempted recording. And it's something I'm finding out as a new YouTuber. But anyway, guys, wish me luck. I'm going to do some grinding off camera, I think, and get our crowns in a good place, get some levels on our newer brothers, perhaps, and put our renown closer to invincible. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.